Welp, 2014 E3 ended, and we had 4 or so months to go. And within those 4 months, we got 2 official character reveals, and we got a big thing that basically revealed everyone else. You guys should know what I'm talking about, but let's just go over everything else at first. Now, I think it was, what was it? I think it was July. Yeah, it was July. Or was it June? I forget. No, it was July. It was July. And everyone's, just doing their own things or whatever. Then all of a sudden you hear about a new character announcement for Super Smash Bros. Wii U 3DS from Sakurai directly himself saying, at this time on Monday of whatever day it was, there will be a new character announcement. And so, of course, everyone got super excited. People were speculating it was Chrom, Chorusman, Shulk. I thought it was Shulk, as you would know if you saw my reaction video to this character, which is why I won't need to go too overly deep into this character or characters. So we'll watch the trailer and act as if it is my first time. But if you want to see my actual reaction, go check out my other video. It has my actual reaction, so you might want to check it out if you want to see what it actually is. But anyways, moving on to the trailer, of course, as usual, it starts up, everyone's getting all excited because, it's starting up. Then you see the fiery cross as usual. It goes about, and all of a sudden, slash with a sword. And you see Lucina, and it's Fire Emblem Awakening. Everyone was thinking Chrom, but then you see Chrom on the ground there, and you're kind of worrying. And then all of a sudden, you see Lucina awakens her blade? Question mark. And so then, whatever, okay. Then you see the manliest of men himself, Captain Falcon. And then Lucina and Captain Falcon start having their little duel after Chrom, cringes a little bit. Lucina runs up, so for my father, and just starts slashing at Captain Falcon. They're punching, they're kicking. Captain Falcon's so manly, he can block swords with his fists. And then he's about to Falcon punch her, but then all of a sudden, this green stuff comes out of nowhere. Captain Falcon starts jumping back, and everyone's wondering, who is this? You see the cloak. A lot of people knew who it was. I knew who it was, and if you watch my reaction video, you would know. I was like, Robin? Or, I'm not sure if I called him Robin at that point, if I said the Avatar character, because I'm not sure if I knew Robin's name at that point. He's like, it will be all right, or whatever. And then he pulls off the thing. He goes, time to tip the scales, and Robin brings the thunder. Then it gets into the actual trailer part of it, and everyone's really excited because a lot of people wanted Robin in more than Chrom. Shows Robin using the bronze sword and the fire tome, and he's using all the different magics. The thunder, thunder, what's the next one? Arc Thunder, Thoron, and then it's just showing all of his special moves and his moves with the Levin sword and everything, Nosferatu, showing all these different magical elements that he's using, and how he can only use his books so many times, and then he'll have to throw them away, and that's why he has his Levin sword. And it's just showing him going all about using his magical stuff. Everyone's all excited. You see Lucina is in fact in the game, and you see that she's a clone of Marth. If you saw the reaction, I thought she may have been a skin for Marth. Turns out it wasn't, but we'll get more into what she is later on. It shows Marth just doing a pose, shows Ike, he comes down, the radiant hero of whatever, and then they all jump into each other. And Super Smash Bros. 3DS and Wii U. Everyone was all excited, but as usual, we were waiting to see if there's some sort of little extra at the end, and there certainly was. Chrom lying there defeated. I guess I'll get my chance another day. Or I think it was I suppose, whatever. And we see Robin's final smash. And if you were me, you thought he might have been a character. It was stupid because you see the splashing move, he wouldn't have been doing it with Robin. But I thought he may have been a character. Female Robin! Yay! I don't know. I like both the Robins, female and male. I mean, I like them both. I personally am going to go with the male more because it relates more to me because I'm a male. But, whatever. So, anyways, as that trailer ended, you can hear my reaction to it in the video that I posted. Once again, one of the first... I think it's the first Smash Talk. Yeah, first Smash Talk. It wasn't labeled as a Smash Talk, though. It's in the Smash Talk playlist. And as characters... I mean, of course, there was Captain Falcon, but Lucina, I mean, we don't need to go over her too long because, she literally is a Marth clone. The only big difference with her is that, while Marth, his whole thing is about spacing, where his tip of the sword does, more damage, and then his hilt of the sword does, pathetic damage. So, Lucina along the blade, the entire thing would be, in the middle of those two percentages, but it would always be the same percent it wouldn't depend on tip or hilt or whatever. And so she's more of a rushdown Marth, while regular Marth is spacing Marth. So, I don't know. I love rushdown, so who knows? I might play as Lucina more, and I love Lucina as a character so much in Fire Emblem Awakening. Not as much as Cordelia, but she has a Cordelia color anyway, so I'll be playing as that. And overall, Lucina seems to be really cool. And Sakura, and the reason I'm not angry with Lucina, first off, it's not like the same character. Like with the other exact clones on the roster, they're pretty much the same exact character as the original one. There's like no difference look. And while Lucina does look a lot like Marth, she's a girl. She has like a major gameplay difference. She, and she may have similar moves and all that, but she's very different. I'd say more different than the other clones, like the other exact clones with movesets and such. And so, moving on to Robin, who's the other newcomer of this. Once again, you've kind of heard my thoughts from him in the one video, if you've watched that video, so I'm going to go over him very briefly. So, once again, very similar to other characters from live streams I've been watching, he seems like he's a character that's very good, but he has a bit of a steep learning curve, where once you can be kind of good with him, but then you have to put a lot of effort into him, or her, if you want to get really good with him. And overall, Robin's moveset seems really cool with all the magic and the Levin sword, and the thing is, all of them are really powerful. It's just that they run out after a while, so you have to use resource management just like a regular Fire Emblem game. And I've only played Awakening, so I'm not the biggest Fire Emblem diehard, and even then, I really don't like playing on the mode where the characters die like for good, because it makes me feel bad, and I don't like resetting constantly, because that takes hours upon hours. So whenever I play, I usually play on like easy mode casual, because I like enjoying the experience. Plus it's an okay difficult for me. Please don't make fun of me. But then Robin just seems really cool, and like all the way he works, all the way he's working in, and all his moves seem pretty cool for a sword and a magic using character. I think he's like the first magic character that uses like spell books and all the different like kinds of elements, which is really cool. And so I'm really looking forward to trying out Robin, and I've been hearing a lot of great things about him. So, and his final smash with Chrom and all that is really cool, where it's basically Ike's except a pairing attack, which is supposed to be similar to how those attacks worked in Fire Emblem Awakening, except it's just an ultimate attack with Chrom. So, yay, Chrom's in the game, kinda, sorta. And so then at that point, in between Robin and all of those, and the next character that was announced, there was Gematsu was basically disconfirmed. Which, if you don't know what it was this leak that came out a couple days before the E3 2013 trailer came out, with Villager, Mega Man, all them, whatever. And it basically predicted Villager, Mega Man, Wii Fit Trainer, all the characters up until Robin. Every character before then was on the Gematsu leak, except for Robin, and Chrom was supposed to be on the Gematsu leak as a playable character, so Gematsu was pretty much disconfirmed. But then, as Gematsu kind of disappeared, a new leak sprang up, which people are just calling the 4chan leak, or the Vanrose leak, or for various different reasons. You can look up different videos for that. But basically, I've done another video on my channel on this, so I'm not going to go super in-depth with like the history of how it all started and what exactly it is. But as you can see on the pictures that are going to be on the screen right now, it showed what we thought at the time may not have been the full roster, but it is the full roster. And so I'll go more into all the individual characters that weren't announced officially after I get into the next officially announced character, but you can just kind of see here all the characters that were announced on this thing, and I've done an entire video on it if you want to check that out. And one of the important things is that on the next Monday after this was released, was it the next Monday or whatever? I don't know. But there was these videos, which once again I did another video on, that basically showed Shulk and Bowser Jr. fighting on two different stages. I'm not going to post the videos in the video because I'm not sure how Nintendo still feels about that, because they were going on a murderous rampage. I mean, I know I'm pretty sure I'd be fine, but I really don't want to take any risks. But those videos came up, and everyone basically believed those leaks. People were skeptical at first, but they pretty much instantly believed it. And once they heard that there was a Japanese exclusive Nintendo Direct going on that next Friday, everyone had to tune in, especially when Sakurai tweeted about it. Now you're going to be seeing the trailer in English, so my experience is different from a lot of people's experience, because I know not a lot of people actually woke up at like 4 in the morning for like Pacific time. I'm in Eastern, so it was like 7 in the morning for me. It's pretty early because it was summer though, because I usually sleep until 10 in the summer, and because I'm a lazy person, and so I watched it in Japanese. So especially this one line from the next character won't be as effective if I had shown the Japanese trailer, so I'm going to show the English trailer anyways, even though it wasn't my first experience. So the trailer comes on, the few people that woke up early to see the Japanese Nintendo Direct, they see the cross, and everyone's excited as usual. You see Gower Plains from Xenoblade, and everyone knew it was Shulk, unless you didn't know Gower Plains. I knew Gower Plains, and I knew it was Shulk. You see Bowser running along, and at this point, it was just a matter of when Shulk was going to appear, because, you know, it was obvious he was going to be in it. So Bowser's looking around at the butterfly and whatever. Shulk's Monado starts charging. He turns his back, and that was a grave mistake, because backslash! And boom, Bowser goes bang. And he just flies away. And then 3, 2, 1, I'm really feeling it. Boom! Shulk foresees a fight. And man, that meme is amazing. But I'm really feeling it. It's a taunt now. It's the new You're Too Slow. But you can see in the trailer how he uses his foresight ability to kind of predict Link and Marth's attacks, and you can see them incoming before they actually happen, just like in Xenoblade, and he's able to evade it. So he just kind of goes by, he makes a parody to Rhyme Time, and then the Monado arts start glowing, and then he slashes, and this is the Monado's power. And I can't do a British accent, don't kill me. And then it just shows Shulk in gameplay, and I was extremely excited at this point because I really wanted Shulk in. And it's just showing the Monado and all these things, and at this point the leak was confirmed because he had the exact same moveset. You see the Monado arts going off, and then all the shield and the buster and the smash and everything, and all the different effects that they have. Ricky has an assist trophy, which we didn't know was an assist trophy at first. Backslash, air slash, his visions as a counter, which looks amazing, by the way. Counters Falcon Punch, shows the Gower Plains stage and everything. So Shulk in his bathing suit outfit, and then it shows the final smash with chain attack with Ricky and Dunban. And that's basically the end of the trailer. There's a little thing at the end of it where Metal Face comes in, the Mechon from the game, who's a big antagonist in that game, and we still don't know exactly what that is, because in the Gower Plains stage, he's been confirmed not to appear. So there's another leak that was released recently, which I'll do a video on, like, probably Monday, because I'm going to be doing Smash 4 all day tomorrow, because it comes out tomorrow. But Shulk, I was really excited for Shulk when I heard about him, because I wanted Shulk ever since I started watching Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of Xenoblade. By the way, get well, Chugga Conroy. I love you. Please, I wish you the finest. But, yeah, and the way Shulk has been handled is really amazing, because I've seen gameplay videos and such of Shulk and whatever, and his whole thing is that when he presses B, the different Monado arts appear. When it's green, it's jump, increases jump, lowers defense. Blue, speed, increases speed, lowers attack. Yellow, shield, increases defense, decreases speed. Purple is buster, increases attack power but decreases knockback. And then smash, which increases knockback but decreases overall power and defense. So he has all these different buffs, and so he can potentially be the heaviest and the lightest character in the entire game, and second fastest to Sonic. And he has all these different things, and his Monado has amazing reach. And just, Shulk's one of those characters I really want to main. Once again, alongside many of the newcomers, he's one of those that seems like he has a very high learning curve. And, you know, I like that in a character sometimes, because, you know, I want to get really good with Shulk. And I'm really, really, really feeling him. I'm really feeling it. And I want to get good with him. And his final smash, of course, is amazing. It's a cinematic chain attack with Dunban and Ricky, and they're just going at it, beating up whoever it is, and slash, they fly away. And it's a really cool final smash. I mean, I couldn't have thought anything else for Shulk, because I haven't seen the entire Xenoblade playthrough, because it's Chugga Conroy. I don't want to spoil myself. And so, you know, Shulk's a very amazing character that I'm looking forward to playing as a lot. And so, everyone was at this point knew the leak was confirmed. It was a matter of whether or not that was the full roster, and it was. So as the game comes out in Japan, there's the whole first day where everyone's unlocking the characters, like, and a couple people got it a couple days before. Hamayama, you're horrible. Get out. He is a horrible Smash player. Oh man, at least he was able to show off the characters 20 times, so we got a sense of their moveset, kinda, because he didn't play as anyone. So, going through all the veterans first that were unlockable in this game, and they aren't going to take as much time because I already know what they can do from the past games, and I'm assuming most of you know what they can do. So, getting into it, the first unlockable veteran, I'd say, like, in order, is Wario, who, in Brawl, Wario is very weird. Like, when you use Wario, he's very, very odd in the way that you kind of use him. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, really. His moveset's just, like, a mismatch of punches, break dances, kicks, farts, the upbeat weird thing, the motorcycle chomping on people, and he's just a very weird character. I love using him whenever I use him. He's not a main of mine or anything, but he's definitely a great character, and I am super glad he's back in the game. Great stages. He always has great stages. He has a great personality. I just love seeing Wario. I love the WarioWare outfit and the overalls outfit. And Wario is just a fantastic Smash Brothers character ever since Brawl. And his Final Smash, Wario Man, has always been really good. So, really not that much to talk about Wario, except, like, if you remember in my old veteran videos, as I said, and I will keep saying for most of the veterans, he generally got a big buff. So, Wario's pretty good. Next veteran, Mr. Game & Watch, who, from the Pac-Man trailer, I called it, he was in, definitely. His moveset seems relatively unchanged, except for, like, a few minor tweaks. I don't know if he's been buffed or nerfed or anything. But Mr. Game & Watch is a very weird character, even more weird than Wario in certain ways, because all of his moves come from random Game & Watch games that are all these calculator things, basically. And he's a character that's just very odd and quirky, and if you really like him, then you're pretty good with him and everything. But he takes a bit of getting used to, and so I've never been the biggest Game & Watch player, but I remember back in Melee, when I heard about Mr. Game & Watch, I didn't even know who he was, but I really wanted to unlock him, and he's the hardest character to unlock in the game, so, he has a bit of nostalgia to me that way, and so I've always loved Mr. Game & Watch, and it always would have been a shame if he had went. He's such a great addition to the roster, and his moveset's unique and amazing, and I like playing as him a lot. And his Final Smash, Octopus, people were saying that, oh, Octopus sucked, they should change it. I really don't see how it sucked. It was a pretty good Final Smash, in my opinion, so I really don't see what the big deal about it was. But overall, Game & Watch, pretty good. Next character, Ganondorf. And Ganondorf, oh boy, in Melee he was okay, never really liked him. Brawl, he was horrible. In this game, apparently he's gotten a big buff, general buff, as usual, with, like, Warlock Punch having super armor. He's slightly faster, his attacks do more damage, he still doesn't use a sword, and he still has Captain Falcon's freaking moveset. But the sword is a custom move, but as you know, I hate custom moves, so why is a custom move? Why couldn't they just make Warlock Punch with a sword? I don't care. But, Ganondorf, as I mentioned, has never been a character I've been extremely fond of. I don't really like the big, burly characters that can't move around much, and Ganondorf's the definition of that. So, Ganondorf, he seems pretty okay in this game. Don't plan on maining him or anything. Who knows, maybe I'll really like him. Apparently he's a lot better than he was in Brawl. Not sure how he compares to Melee. I know in Brawl, Sakurai apparently mained Ganondorf and said he wanted to make Meta Knight the worst character in the game. Man, Sakurai, you backwards. So, Ganondorf, apparently buff, stronger, good. Okay, he needs it. And his Final Smash, the Beast Ganon zooms forward and is a pig. Pretty cool. At least it's not like he becomes a pig and rides down some sort of a Bridge of Eldin for his Final Smash, like as a copy of Captain Falcon's. So, let's at least be very, very glad that we don't have that kind of forced down our throats. So then, the next unlockable character is not actually for a little bit, I believe, unless I'm wrong. Just give me a second here. I actually might be wrong about this. I'm sorry. This is very unprofessional. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. And no, I was not wrong. So I just wasted 10 seconds. Anyways, next veteran unlockable, Falco. People wanted Wolf more than Falco. I mean, some people did. Some people hated Wolf. I was never the biggest fan of Wolf, and I would have always not necessarily wanted Falco to return more, because Wolf is more unique, and Falco's pretty cool though, and he's too iconic to leave at this point because of the whole Melee tournament scene, and that ain't Falco. So, I'm glad to see Falco's back. I would have liked to have Wolf back. I would have liked to have all those characters that are gone back, but, we aren't getting it. So, Falco overall, his moveset seems pretty cool. Same as always, except actually he's apparently gotten a nerf, similarly to Fox, because, they're both amazing and they needed a nerf. Well, I hate to say that they needed a nerf because they really didn't. It's just that, whatever. Falco got a nerf, basically, with a lot of his stuff, especially his lasers and his down air. And apparently, Falco, out of all the Star Fox trio, he was the person I played the second most, because I never played as Wolf that much, and so I always whenever I picked a Star Fox character, it would usually be Falco though. So, or not Falco, Fox. Falco is pretty cool though. So I'm glad he's back, and his Final Smash is still Landmaster. Why? Why is his Final Smash still Landmaster? Could be Arwing. Whatever. Next veteran unlockable, Jigs, the Jigglypuff, the Hungry Box. I can't believe some people didn't think she would make it in. She's been in every Smash Brothers game, and yeah, that's the only reason she is in, but she's in every Smash Brothers game, and apparently she is maybe not as ridiculous as in Melee, but she's certainly been buffed close to that, and definitely way surpassing Brawl at this point, apparently, where I've always liked Jigglypuff, actually playing her. If she had gone, I wouldn't have missed her too much. If she had left, I wouldn't have missed her too much. But I always did like her playstyle, being an aerial fighter, even though she was incredibly light. And even though I didn't really like her as a character, I guess, she's pretty cool. And apparently, once again, she's gotten a buff, and her moveset seems very... her moveset's the same, it's just the properties of the move that have changed. And so, good. I'm glad Jigglypuff's in the game. Still would have taken Mewtwo over her, but, I'm glad Jigglypuff's in the game. Final Smash is Puff Up still. Apparently, though, it's much bigger. She puffs up much bigger. It's a lot better. And, Jigglypuff, pretty cool, I guess. I know some people hate her. I don't really mind her. Next, veteran unlockable guy. Rob. And, Rob was the one character that, whenever I would make a Brawl or a Smash 4 custom roster, he would be one of the characters that, if I had to cut, I would, because I never really liked Rob. The idea for Rob was pretty cool, but the execution, I feel, was horrible. His A moves, of course, fine, but besides the gyro for his down B, none of his up B was pretty. What could they do for his up B besides what they did? The rest of his moves seemed very generic. He could have used Nintendo accessories, like I had mentioned in one of my previous videos, like the Zapper or the Super Scope, except that's an item already, or I don't know, using the gamepad or something, because it's the Wii U or something like that. I don't know. He could have been using those kind of things, and that would have been amazing. But apparently, even though I never really liked Rob, as every character, I'm glad they're back because everyone has fans, and so Rob apparently, once again, just like a lot of the veterans, general buffs, his moves are just a lot stronger. He's a lot stronger. His special moves are a lot stronger. Final Smash is mega, a giant laser thing that's really powerful and has an amazing sound effect and just demolishes everything. And overall, Rob just seems pretty cool. Same as always, or as in Brawl. And his moves seem pretty good, but, it's whatever. If you don't prefer Rob, then you don't prefer Rob, and whatever it is. And then Ness. I don't know how, once again, people thought Ness was gone. Been there since original Smash Brothers. Apparently, he's gotten, PK Fire has been nerfed, but everything else has been better, except for PK Flash though. And once again, I always preferred Lucas, but Ness has always been pretty cool. Ness is one of my mains in Project M though, and Ness is really fun to play as, like, and now that we don't have Lucas, Ness is the default mother character moveset, and he has Lucas's moves as his custom moves, so that might be one of the only other times I use custom moves. So yeah, Ness, really cool, been there since the original, represents Earthbound Mother, and great representation. I really don't feel like, besides Lucas, Earthbound needs another character. I feel like Ness and Lucas is just fine, but, you know, Ness and Lucas being there, or just Ness, great as always, love seeing him. He's a really fun character. His Final Smash, instead of PK Starstorm being like a Starstorm, it's more so like a beam from the sky that has a bunch of different clusters of meteors and whatever and such, and it seems a lot more powerful if you can hit with it, but, you know, it's a bit harder to hit, I guess. I don't know. Then the final veteran, who hasn't been here since Melee, the one character I really like, who's my least favorite character in the entire roster, is Dr. Mario. I just, in Melee, okay, whatever. I've gotten used to Dr. Mario being in there at that point. I mean, I guess there weren't many other Mario characters except for like Toad or something. I don't know. There are probably plenty others, Wario even, but they added Dr. Mario, whatever. They didn't need to bring him back unless he was a costume. Sakurai said that if the clones even play slightly different, then they are their own characters. So what's different about Dr. Mario? His down B? Yeah, and that's, like, it. And, like, I understand Dr. Mario does play differently. I just never liked him, and apparently, while in Melee, he was better than regular Mario, apparently now he's worse than regular Mario, so there is literally no reason for him to be there, except for, I don't know. There's no reason for Dr. Mario to be there. Even his Final Smash is lame. It's Mario Finale, but with, like, pills. It's stupid. Just pills. But yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm not a very big Dr. Mario fan. That is unnecessary, and it's not like I believe he was taking up another roster slot, and it's just like, because Sakurai's mentioned that, like, if a character is similar, they'll just port it over, plus very similar to Lucina. I assume that Dr. Mario and later down the line Dark Pit are both added in very late in development because of all this stuff, but, you know, just things and such and stuff. And I guess Dr. Mario's back, but whatever. I just don't like him. And he feels like a waste of space. Are his special moves different from Mario's? I don't know. I don't care. It's Dr. Mario. I really don't like him. But then getting into the 3 unlockable newcomers, once again, no trailer segments, so, like, there's not going to be as much depth to this, especially since there's never been, like, an official announcement from them, and while we've seen a lot of their gameplay, there's never been an official announcement, like, explaining everything, but, I mean, we've seen official gameplay from live streams, whatever. First unlockable newcomer out of 3, you know what, I'm just going to get the odd one out of the way first. Dark Pit, because I mentioned him earlier. Probably one of my least favorite characters on the roster, just because it's Pit, like, and they could have done so much more with Dark Pit. They could have made him use all the other different weapons, and, like, I don't know, just any other weapon, arms, he could, not arms because he already has an arm, like, he could have used Dark Pit Staff as an actual weapon and not his Final Smash. He could have used palms, blades, anything. He could have used anything, but they just made him a Pit clone, and apparently some are saying he's better, some are saying he's worse. I don't know. The general consensus on Dark Pit right now seems to be more in better than Pit, but I'm not going to play as Dark Pit as much, I don't think, because I like regular Pit better, just from being a character standpoint. So, once again, not much to really talk about Dark Pit, because he's an exact clone of Pit, except, like, he's similar to Dr. Mario. He's the Dr. Mario for Pit. And I feel like Dark Pit is definitely better than Dr. Mario, because at least Dark Pit is technically a different character from Pit, whereas Dr. Mario is literally the exact same person, except in a different outfit. So, I mean, whatever. And his Final Smash is wasted potential. Could have been Lightning Chariot, could have been something, but instead, the Dark Pit Staff, and it could have been cool too, Dark Pit Staff, could have been sort of like Snakes, or maybe something similar to it, but no, it's just a Zelda Sheik Final Smash clone. So, whatever, Dark Pit. Then, the next unlockable newcomer Bowser Jr., who, as soon as Rosalina was announced, I pretty much gave up all hope on Bowser Jr. He was the Mario character I wanted in for the new Smash Bros. Game because I love Bowser Jr. I pretty much gave up on him. Shouldn't have, though, because he's actually in the game. And the way they put him in was not the way I thought they would have with, like, the Koopa clown car and everything. But, it's really cool. His moveset seems pretty awesome. Like, his dash attack with the saw blade. The Koopa clown car itself is basically the character, because even then you can change Bowser Jr. into the Koopalings as his alternate colors. But even though I'm going to stay with Bowser Jr. because I like him the most. And, the Koopa car just pulls out drills, boxing gloves, forks, anything. For his side B, it becomes a car. For his up B, he drops it and it becomes like a bomb. Excuse me there. His regular B, he shoots a cannon out of it, and then his down B, he gets a Mecha Koopa and lets it walk all around. And Bowser Jr. overall just seems like a really fun character to use. Plus, I love the character. And as I mentioned, if you don't like Bowser Jr., you can play as any of the Koopalings, including Roy, who his chant apparently is "Roy's our boy," and it makes me sad. I miss regular Roy. People might be saying that I'm a hypocrite because I don't like Dr. Mario, but I like Roy and Lucy, and I like Lucina, and I even kind of like Dark Pit. But the difference between Roy is that at least he's a completely different character, and technically when it comes to Melee, both Marth and Roy originated in Melee, so who knows, maybe Roy was developed into the game first and then Marth was created to be a clone of him, even though you technically unlock Marth first. Who knows? Marth could be the clone. I don't know. Marth could be the clone. But, all that kind of stuff. But Bowser Jr. overall just seems like an amazing character, and I've really wanted Bowser Jr., and his playstyle seems really cool. And his Final Smash, Shadow Mario, makes a lot of sense. The way they made it actually work is kind of weird, where it's just like the X, but it does a lot of damage, so it seems like it's going to be very effective. Kind of weird how every other Koopaling has it, but I mean, they couldn't change Final Smash. Final Smash is for every character. It's just the thing. And then, by far, my favorite unlockable newcomer. I would have thought that Bowser Jr. would have been my favorite because I wanted him since the beginning, but by far is the unlockable character that I thought would be the stupidest, the worst in the entire newcomer unlockable lineup. Duck Hunt, or Duck Hunt Duo if you're in the EU. But anyways, Duck Hunt looks like an amazing spacing character with his Hogan's Alley can where he kicks it and it's you press B multiple times and then the shooter guy from the foreground comes in and shoots it and then everything goes. His smash attacks are the gun reticles and they fire in front of him instead of just him actually attacking. The duck is on his back and starts doing attacks with him. His entrance and everything is the laugh where he goes, I can't do an 8-bit laugh or the laugh that he has in the game, but he has the side B where it's the clay pigeon or whatever it's called, the frisbee, where he shoot and you can shoot it at any time. His up B's generic, but it's pretty obvious for what he is. But it's pretty cool. His down B's the wild gunman. Don't see much use for that, but whatever. But his air attacks seem pretty good. He has a spike. His grab doesn't seem all that powerful, but when you have such a strong spacing game, doesn't matter. And apparently Duck Hunt is one of the best characters in the game at this point in the metagame for Smash 4 with the Japanese version, and in little less than a couple hours, the American version, because it's coming out in a little less than a couple hours. I'm so excited! But, Duck Hunt seems really fun, and, as I mentioned in one of my the past Smash journey through whatever's, and I always got this idea of Duck Hunt being a character ever since I think it was 2012 when Smash 4 first being announced in development. I watched a lot of videos from Pizza Dude Man Guy and Lord Jackal, if you know either of them, and I forget which one of them it was. I think it was Lord Jackal. They mentioned how Duck Hunt could be a character, and ever since then I was thinking yeah, he really could be. And then as Smash 4 kind of came out, I kind of gave up on him, but then he actually was a character, so I mean, I don't have any proof to show that I called it, but I called it. And he just seems like a really good character, a character I really want to kind of try and get good with. And apparently he's top tier, so I guess I'm lucky. All the characters that I really want to try seem to be top tier in this game. I don't know. I guess I'm just lucky. And his Final Smash is really cool. Summons the ducks. Then it's like a showdown between the Wild Gunman and Hogan's Alley cans and the other opponents trapped in the middle. And overall, Duck Hunt Dog, or I'm going to call him Duck Hunt Dog, basically. I don't know what I'm calling him, because the official name is Duck Hunt, I'm pretty sure. And, I mean, I'm used to calling him Duck Hunt, just as I'm pretty sure I'll be calling Greninja Gakoga a couple times. And I already have with some of my friends, and they've been asking me who the heck Gakoga is, or something like that, or Lizardon. So, or Charizard. Oh, only a couple of you might get that joke. But, you know, overall, this is by far the best roster we've had. I mean, you can't deny it. And while I hope there is DLC for characters like Mewtwo and Dixie, if there's not, that's fine. And there's this whole leak going around Tower of Smash. You can look it up. I'll be doing a video on it eventually. Pretty soon, probably in the next week. But, you know, if this is all we get, I'm definitely satisfied. The hype has been very, very, very well worth the wait. Okay, guys, this has been Patronix123 for a journey to Smash 4. The hype continues. Game's coming out in a couple hours. Let's just keep on smashing.